Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram. So we will continue with the study of the Vivekachudamani. So earlier we have introduced the study of the gross body, the Sthula Sharira. It was briefly discussed earlier. Today in the 6 verses from 87 to 92, Shankaracharya again will be describing the physical body, its constituents, and the domain of its function. And what's the domain of its function? It is the waking state. As we know that we have the 3 states of existence: Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupti. Jagrata is the waking state. Swapna is the state of dream, and the deep sleep state is the Sushupti. So this gross body manifests only in the waking state. We are not aware of your gross body when we are in the dream state or in the deep sleep state. So this, the domain of its function, where the gross body functions only in the waking state. And through this, it will be shown that we are not the body at all. So first it will show that the domain of the gross body's function is the waking state, and that this body is not the soul, that we falsely identify ourselves with the body, and this disidentification will help us to reach our spiritual dimension of existence. So now let us enter into the verses, the slokas from 87 to 92. The 87th verse, it describes the physical body, that what it consists of. This body consists of what? That's being indicated in the 87th verse. What it's saying: Tvak, Mangsa, Rudhira, Snayu, Meda, Majja, Asthi Sankulam. Purna, Mutra, Purishabhyam, Sthula, Nindyam, Idam, Vapuhu. So this gross body is abhorred. It is rejected as something which is something very offensive. What it consists of? It consists of tvak, the skin; mangsa, the flesh; rudhira, blood; snayu, the arteries; meda, the fat; majja, the marrow; asthi sankulam, the bones. These are the things which constitutes the body. And not only that, it is full of very offensive things like mutra, purisha, this all the excretory things. Sthula, nindyam, idam, vapu. So this sthula vapu is something which is full of offensive, disgusting things. So why it's indicating that? That it's just to indicate that the so-called charm of the physical body is just skin deep. It is just a package. Inside the package, it's all something which we all abhor, which are all hate. All those things constitutes this body. So the idea is that the gross body is to be rejected and not embraced. Because of our ignorance, we get infatuated with something which as such is not clean. It is something very, very unclean. But we somehow think that it's something very beautiful. So that's why I say it's just the package, it's just the skin deep. So this idea that the gross body has to be rejected and not embraced. And this becomes possible only when we know its nature. So its nature has been described here. That these are the things which constitutes the body. The tvak, mangsa, rudhira, snayu, meda, majja, asti, sankulam. It consists of the skin, flesh, blood, arteries and veins, fat, marrow, bones. These are the things, and all excretory things. So now, who created this body and how it has been formed? So that will be described in the next verse, the 88th verse. That who created this body? It's our past karma. So that's being indicated. Panchi kritebhyo bhutebhyo sthulebhyo purva karmana samutpannam idam sthulam bhogayatanam atmanah avastha jagarastasya sthulartha anubhava yataha. So this gross body is produced by one's past actions. Purva karmana, the past actions. And it is produced out of the gross elements. This panchikritebhya, the subtle elements, they conglomerate. They just conglomerate too. They all come together to form the gross body. The gross elements formed by the union of the subtle elements. The tanmatras, the sukshma bhutas, they all come together to form the gross body through the process of panchi karana. That's being indicated. Panchi kritebhya bhutebhya sthulebhya. And that is produced by the past actions. Purva karmana. Samutpannam idam sthulam bhogayatanam atmana. That all our experiences in the form of pain, pleasure, joy, sorrows, everything is experienced through this physical body. So this is physical bodies, that's why called bhoga ayatana. This is meant for all our experience. It is the receptacle for all our experiences. This thula sharira, this gross body is bhoga ayatanam. So this meant for the experiences which we are going through in this life. And it is experienced only in the waking state. We are not aware of our physical body when we are dreaming or when we are in deep sleep. As Sri Ramakrishna used to say, in his very own characteristic way, what he used to say? That if a man spits even on an all-powerful king when he is sleeping, he has no capacity to react. The powerful king, with him who lies the entire sovereignty. But when he is sleeping, if someone by chance can go near him and spits on him, he cannot react. Why? Because the gross body we are aware of it only when we are awake, in the waking state. So that's why it's mentioned, avastha jagarastasya sthulhartha anubhava yata. So it is experienced only when we are in the wakeful state. So the gross body is produced by one's past actions, purva karmana. Its domain of function is only the waking state, avastha jagarastasya. And what? It is something psychosomatic. It is the mind which creates the body. As in our scriptures, very nicely it has been indicated. What is the relation between the sukshma sharira and the sthula sharira? Just the way nail comes out from our body. We pierce it, we pierce the nail, and again the nail comes. So it's one after other, life after life. The sthula sharira, just like the nail, is coming out as if from the sukshma sharira. The sukshma sharira, all the experiences, all our vasanas, they are stored in the mind, the sukshma sharira. From that storehouse, in each life, a particular quota, a particular fund of those vasanas, they find expression as jati, ayu, bhoga, as has been mentioned in the Yoga Sutra. The jati, the spaces in which we are born, the state of life in which we are born, how much there's our lifespan, the experiences we are going through it, all this is experienced by the physical body. So this physical body is something psychosomatic. It is the mind which is producing the body. It is a purva karmana, a past action that results in sthula sharira, this gross body. How from where? From the sukshma sharira, from the subtle body. And how it is produced? The sukshma sharira, which is the storehouse of all the vasanas, through the process of panchikarana. That as per our tendencies, the elements will be combining in a particular way, in a particular manner to create this gross body. And that's being very nicely described. This, what has been spoken of in this verse by Shankaracharya, has been very nicely described in the Yoga Sutra while describing the process of transmigration, which results in birth as a particular species with a definite lifespan and a definite quota of experiences, which we find has been described very elaborately in the yoga philosophy. So what it says, that whatever we are doing, whatever we are thinking, that creates a thought wave in our mind. That's called vritti. So as we have told again and again, the word vritti means profession. It doesn't mean thought waves. Then why the word vritti has been used to mean the thought waves? Because just as a profession sustains a man, a doctor is sustained by his profession, an engineer is sustained by his profession, the teacher, the businessman, whatever we may see. There are so many professions. Though the profession is meant to serve others, but the primary function of the profession is to sustain the person himself. So that which sustains us is our vritti. That's our profession. The mind is sustained by the thought waves. If we can stop the thought waves, the mind, the texture of mind will collapse. The mind won't be there. So all these thought waves is the reason for which the mind exists. So that's why they are called vritti. So they help in sustaining the mind. So that's why as if they are the profession of the mind. So this vritti can be of two types, aklishta and klishta. Means aklishta means it is not motivated by attachment or hatred. Like jnana vritti, when I am just in deep contemplation, I am studying, or I am having some spiritual illumination, then certain type of thought waves are produced, but they are aklishta. There is no question of attachment or hatred as a motivation factor behind them. But there other vrittis are there, lots of vrittis, which are klishta vritti. Most of our thought waves are klishta. When any thought impels us towards action, we will find that in 99.99% cases, it is klishta. It is because of either some attachment or some aversion or fear. That fear ultimately is the fear of death. So these are the three things which motivates us for all our actions, for all our thoughts. So it is this klishta vritti that alone is responsible for our experiences. So this klishta vritti results in the bhoga vritti, bhoga, experiences. And this creates again in turn bhoga samskara. Whenever a vritti is there in the mind, it is not lost. It is saved in the subconscious mind as samskara. So this bhoga vritti creates bhoga samskara. Whenever for the first time, I am enjoying some delicacy, I don't forget about it. It's there as a latent impression in the subconscious mind to again spring up whenever it gets favorable circumstances as smriti. So bhoga samskara creates bhoga smriti. And they will understand it is this, when it comes back as smriti, then it impels us for action, karma. So these bhoga samskara, bhoga smriti, karma, they all create samskara, impressions. And these impressions again get stored in the subconscious mind as vasanas. There are innumerable vasanas. We are not aware of all of them. There are so many vasanas. In each lifetime, as per our predominant tendencies, a few of those vasanas, they will find expression. How? Now this karma, whatever actions we are doing in our individual life, it is finding expression as karma samskara. It is creating a latent impression. But it has a cosmic, a collective aspect. What is that? It's creating an asha, a receptacle, where my samskaras can be fulfilled. All the latent impressions which I am creating, it will get a favorable circumstances to fructify, to get materialized. To give an example, a student who is good in studies, so his studies creates a samskara, he creates a latent impression that helps him to study more, better and better, to get good grades. These are something the personal aspect. This is something which is individual aspect. But because of his good grades, most probably he gets chance in a medical college. That medical college is not the result of his karma or her karma. That was already there. Because of these samskaras, because of he got good grades, and the good grades now gravitates him to that medical college. So that's the idea of karma ashaya, that you have created a receptacle in where your karmas will be fructified. So this karmashaya, these karmashayas, they result in vipaka, this transformation, resulting in a particular species, birth in a particular species, jati. You have a definite lifespan, ayu, and that again results in particular fund of experiences, the bhoga. So few of those vasanas as if finds expression to create a particular species, and that again results in a particular lifespan, and you go through the experiences of life. So this is jati, ayu, bhoga. So this is the idea of transmigration, based on which we will proceed to the next verse. That the ego enjoys the physical world through the gross body in the waking state. So that's the thing will be indicated, that we are not aware of this external world. What to speak of external world? We are neither aware of our physical body when we are in the dream state and when we are in the deep sleep state. As Sri Ramakrishna, very nice, that just now we were indicating, what he said, that even the most powerful king, when he is sleeping, when he is in the deep asleep, if someone comes and spits on him, he doesn't have the power to react. What it speaks of, that all his sovereignty, power, that can be manifested only through the physical body, and that also when he is awake. He has no power when he is in the dream state or in the deep sleep state. The physical body manifests only in the waking state. So that will be indicated in the 89th verse. What's he saying? Bahyendriyai sthula padhartha sevang srak chandana stri adi vichitra rupam karoti jiva swayam etat atmana tasmat prashasti vapusha asya jagare. So identifying with this physical body, with this form, the individual soul, what it does, there's those separate from the soul. This physical body is not in any way identified with the soul, but the soul experiences, what it experiences, all the gross objects through this physical body. It identifies because of ignorance with the physical body, and whatever the physical body experiences, the Atman thinks, I am experiencing. So such as this, when this physical body, we decorate it with garlands, sandal paste. This is an example which Shankaracharya is giving. We feel as if I am being decorated. It is just the covering which is being adorned with all the things, not me. The self is something which is beyond the body, beyond the mind, beyond the senses. But we feel that it is we who are being adorned with the garlands. It is we who are being smeared with the sandal paste. We enjoy the company of others. So all these things is in relation only to the physical body. So hence the body has its fullest play only in the waking state. Tasmat prashasti vapusha asya jagare. When you are awake, then only we are experiencing all this thing through the body. So this gross body is the prominent only in the waking state. It has no function beyond this, and it has no role as far as the soul's experience of the subtle world in dream is concerned, or even when one is in the deep sleep. It's only in the waking state. So the next verse, what it says, the 90th verse, Sarva api bahya sangsara purushasya yadasraya Vidhi dehamidam sthulam grihavat grihamedina. So this gross body is just like a house. For an householder, just the way he lives in the house and staying in the house, every day he is interacting with the world to come back again to his own house. So similarly, the physical body is just like the house of the soul. Through it, it experiences this world. And as long as it is in the process of transmigration in a particular body, it is as if residing in this body. So this gross body is like the house to the householder on which rests man's entire dealing with the external world. So from there, he is dealing with the external world. So what it is actually saying, so here he is indicating there's Bahya Sangsara. So what the Sangsara? There are two types of Sangsara, Antas Sangsara and Bahya Sangsara. What is the Antas Sangsara? All our experiences which is going on within. This is the Antas Sangsara. In the form of joy, sorrow, pleasure, pain, all those things are Antas Sangsara. And Bahya Sangsara, what the physical body is experiencing. It is the birth, death, your health, stoutness, or you may be pale, and all the various approbations you get, respect. It's all related to the physical body as long as it is dealing with the external world. So it consists of birth, death, and stoutness, etc. Just now we mentioned that whatever actions we are doing, karma, that karma results in sanskara, and that sanskara results in smriti, and the smriti at last again results us to impels us for karma. So this is the thing which we remember, sanskara. So when I have experienced something, it is stored in my mind as the latent impression as samskara. Again, when it gets favorable circumstances, that samskara comes back as smriti. The moment it comes back as memory or smriti, it impels us to action, karma, and then karma sanskara is produced. Now karma sanskara as well as the bhoga sanskara, these two creates the vasana. The concept of vasana is very interesting in yoga, in Vedanta. What is this vasana? There are innumerable vasanas. Whatever I have experienced at last, whatever I have done, whatever I experienced has got converted into samskaras, and samskaras has got converted into vasana. Now what is this vasana? It's the samskaras. Some of the samskaras I am aware of, but there are many samskaras I am not aware of. Vyakta, avyakta. They are all stored in my psyche. To give an example, in the past birth, most probably we were grazing animal. We liked the grass. It was our staple diet. But why as a human being, we don't salivate seeing the grass? If it is there in my mind, we are supposed to salivate seeing it because the samskara is there. The impressions are there. So the yoga very nicely have described this phenomenon, that when we are born as a human, some of the vasanas are vyakta, some are avyakta. That whatever vasanas are appropriate for the human birth, they only manifest. The remainder are still hidden. It's not that they are not there, they are hidden. They won't express in this life. But only the things which are appropriate for this birth, they will manifest. So they become vyakta. The others are all hidden. So all this process is which constitutes our inner world. So this samskara getting converted, your chitta vritti is getting converted into samskara. The samskara is getting converted into smriti. Smriti is resulting in action. The action, the latent impression of the action as well as of the bhoga samskara that you experience, they get stored in your psyche as vasana. This constitutes our inner world. And what's the outer world? So that we just now we are mentioning. What's the outer world? That moment you do an action, it creates sanskara and it at last gets deposited as vasana. So this is something internal. But the yoga philosophy has indicated a wonderful thing, that karma not only gets converted into samskara, it has some collective aspect, cosmic aspect. Whenever you are doing some karma, it is creating samskara and desire to get certain thing is created. The moment that desire is created, know it for certain, in the external world, some circumstances are produced which is not in my control. Some circumstances is produced to create as if a receptacle, a container, where this desire will be fulfilled. That suppose in this life, I was trying to learn music. I didn't get proper scope. But I have created already some samskara. There is a latent impression, the liking for music that is in my mind. It couldn't be manifested in this life. But in the next birth, most probably, I have created that ashaya, that receptacle, that I will be gravitated to such a family. I will be born in such a family where I will find the favorable circumstances to learn music. That most probably it is the house of the musicians. So, this is the idea that karma, as in our individual aspect, within gets converted into samskara, and outside it is getting converted into the ashaya, the receptacle. Now, few of these vasanas, which are appropriate for this receptacle, they manifest to create the particular spaces. That we are born in a particular family, in particular caste. In the olden days, of course, this caste was one of the factors. In a particular ashrama. Ashrama means, of course, we are all born as a brahmachari, and then we become grihastha, and then we go to the vanaprastha sannyasa. So these all states related to the physical body is manifesting as per our these samskaras. These samskaras, a storehouse of these samskaras which is vyakta, that is creating this body. So this, when this body is created, now this relates to the external world. How it relates? That when I am born in a particular varna, in the olden days we will find that creates a particular what is a state in society, that you will be respected, adored. Even now, even in the olden days, the way we have to understood, if we understood the four castes, now also it is there. That if you are good in studies, you have held a high position in the society, you get a lot of approbations, respect. If you couldn't be established, you are not in that way adored by the society. The criminal, he is actually hated. He will be in jail. So all these experiences we are going through is in what state we are, and that state is determined by our old samskaras, which has created the receptacle, and that's how the external world is created. So Bahya Sanskara consists of the birth, death, stoutness, etc. And how it results from the karma karmasha is formed, which again results in jati, ayu, bhoga, and the vasanas resulting in the jati, ayu and bhoga, that relates to the gross body through which the jiva is relating to the external world, the Bahya Sansara. The entire external world, like this Bahya Sansara, which has been described in this verse, will be clearly stated what this Bahya Sansara is in the next verse. But before we go to the next verse, we should always remember that this all pertains to the body. The Atman is a Sansari. It is never a part of this world, samsara. Samsara means samsarate iti samsara. That which is flowing is samsara. The Atman is always there as the eternal present. It is always there in the eternal present. There is no transformation in it. It is as it is. It is the Purana. Purana means Pura api navaiva. Ever aging, never old. So there is no transformation in it. It is eternal. There is no want. It is always fulfilled. So it cannot be a part of samsara because there is no flow in it. So it is asansari. So that's being indicated. The Atman is asanskari. It is not affected by anything. That is the result of identification of the Atman with the body. Even as a householder, we will find that because our identification with the body, then we feel as if the experiences of the body is mine. But actually, in real sense, the Atman is a samsari. This body is something which is meant for its experiences, but it is not it. There's in Sankhya philosophy, there's a wonderful sutra. The sutra goes like this: the Sanghato Pararthatvat. Sanghato Pararthatvat. What it means? That whenever you see some conglomeration, whenever you see a composite whole, which is a conglomeration of various composites. To give an example, suppose this room, what it is, where I am sitting, it has some bricks, furnitures, cement, the roof, and this electric wiring is there, light, sound, all these things are there. But does this room serve any purpose for the brick, for the electricity, for the furniture? No. So all the constituents which are the constituents of the room, they are in no way served by the room. Then who is served by this room? The one who is not a constituent of it. Like me, I am not a constituent of this room. We come from outside and just come here, sit. We may be meditating, we may be discussing some scriptures, we may be singing bhajans, whatever it may be. But we are coming out from outside. We are not the composite of this room. We are not a part of this room. We are something apart from this room. So in the Yoga Sutra they say, in Sankhya philosophy they say, Sanghato Pararthatva. Whenever you find there is a composite whole made of various constituents, know it for certain that this composite whole doesn't serve any purpose for any of its constituent. It always serves the purpose for something which is parartha, which is apart from it. Para artha is all which is not a part of this. So when this body we see, that it is made of so many constituents, so it cannot be for itself. There must be someone for it has been made. So the one for whom it has been made is the grihi. Just as the one who stays in a griha, in a house, is the grihi. Similarly, the one who is staying in this body, so he is the sharirina. He is not the sharira. He is apart from this. So that's the idea which has been indicated through this, that as it is made up of constituents, the Atman is something which is apart from it. For its experiences it is there, but it is not it. So this external, as we told, that in the next verse, the external world will be described vividly. What's the external samsara? This bhaya samsara, it is explained in the next verse, the 91st verse. What it is? Sthulasya sambhava jara maranadi dharma. This sthulasya, this sthula sharira, its dharma. What is its dharma? Jara, sambhava jara marana. Sambhava means birth, decay, death. Sambhava means to manifest, to be born. Sambhava jara maranadi dharma sthauladaya bahuvidha shishuta adi avastha. So this various stages it passes through. Shishu adi. At first we were a small child, then we grow as a young man, and then we go to the middle age, old age. So these various avastha, various stages. These are the thing which constitutes this physical body. In mind, we always feel I am the same person. The changes are going through this physical body. So all this Shishu Adi Avastha is of this physical body. Varna, Asrama, Niyama, all the do's and don'ts, all the injunctions related by which restricts us within particular Varna, within particular Avastha. Varna is the four castes, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and the Shudra. Sometimes we think these are the castes of the olden days which has no purpose to serve in the present day. But we will find that these four castes are still existing. As per our temperament, some are still Brahmana. The one who are academicians, who are always busy with the studies, professors, the teachers, the students, they are to certain, we can say like the Brahmanas. They are all contemplative, they are all the academicians are the Brahmanas. The Kshatriyas, those who are looking after the administration, the government, the army, they are the Kshatriyas. The Vaishyas, those who are keeping the economy of the society thriving, the business class. It is there. It is also as per the temperament. Some are still there in the society. We can never think of a society without that. And Shudras, those who are serving, like in the hotel we go, there are the waiters are there. Not only the waiters, the entire hotel is actually there to serve us. All the service, even they go to the council. Every week they will come to collect the garbage, cleaning the society, keeping the park clean. These are the work which relates to the service. That's the work of the Shudra. It's nothing, not a single of them is something which is to be hated, which is something considered to be demeaning. They are just as per our state of life. We are serving the society in a particular way, and that constitutes the Varna. And that Varna again adheres to the physical body. It has nothing to do with our subtle body. So this Varna, ashrama, whether we are a student, whether we are a householder, whether we are a monk, or whether we are a recluse, this brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa, in whatever state we may be. As per the states, various states, we have particular do's and don'ts, certain injunctions, the niyamas. But this all pertains to the physical body. And then we again go through amaya, disease. So disease, death, that's the thing which is indicated. This all the transformations again is of the body. The disease relates to the body. So that's the thing which is being indicated. And approbations, puja, avamana, some hatred, puja, this worship, some will be worshipping us, some will be hating us, vahumana, and there will be high honors. Some will be worshipped for some reason, some will be hated because of some demeaning activities, and otherwise you will be vahumana. There's a lot of respect you get in the society. So this all is actually of the physical body. So this physical body goes to the process of shara vikara, that's being indicated in this verse. This sambhava, jara, marana, amaya. This all speaks of the transformation. What's the transformation? It has been spoken of as shara vikara, the 6 changes. What are the 6 changes? Jayate, asti, vardhate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, nasti. That we are born, we exist for some time, vardhate, we grow, and then the transformation process starts in the middle age, that is viparinamate, and then apakshiyate, the decay process starts, apakshiyate, and then the death is there, nasti. So these are the stages which again pertains to the physical body. The subtle body continues to exist even after the death. That's the thing which transmigrates again to the new body as per our past samskara. So all this various process which we are going through is something which is of the physical body. Varnasramadi, the 4 varnas, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and the 4 ashramas, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. All this again belongs to this physical body. Puja, Avamana, Vahumana. This again relates to the bhoga, the experiences in life. This again also pertains to the physical body. So that's what constitutes the bahya samsara. The sitting in this body, the soul is interacting with the world, going through various experiences. Just as a person staying in the house interacts with the world as a householder staying in the house, it interacts with the world. Similarly, that we are not this body. We are residing in this body to go through the various experiences, and this body is the citadel through which we are dealing with this bahya samskara. So that's being indicated in the 91st verse. And then the gross body, what it constitutes of? Mainly it constitutes of pancha karmendriya and pancha jnanendriya, the 5 organs of perception, of knowledge. All our knowledge about the external world happens with these 5 organs of perception, or they are called jnanendriyas. These 5 organs of knowledge: the eyes, the ears, the nose, the tongue, and the skin. So with the eyes we are seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touch. So these are the 5 senses through which we are experiencing the world. they constitute the gross body, and the 5 karmendriyas. This hasta pada, vak and this payu upastha. This your hands, the feet, the vocal, the organ of speech, and the organ of evacuation and procreation. So this is which constitutes our physical body. And with this, the description for the time being of the physical body, as we told that it is a treatise. It will take us through the entire experiences of life to say that we are falsely identifying ourselves with the various layers of existence which we are not. So that's after describing the physical body, they will go to the discussion for the subtle body, the Sukshma Sharira. So that again we will take up in the next class. So this slokas from 87 to 92 is the description of the gross body. By describing it, Shankaracharya is denying the fact that the Atman is something separate from it. The Atman is identified with it, and it is establishing the fact that Atman is something which is our real essence, existence, and it is in no way identified with the gross body. This gross body is a flow, it is a part of the samsara, and the self is the asamsari. So we should never get identified with this physical body, which is just skin deep. Its beauty is just skin deep. Otherwise, it is something which is disgusting. It is just like a package. From outside, it looks nice. We are all busy with the package. From within, it is something which is disgusting, which is full of all sorts of all sorts of things which we ourselves feel to be something very, very unclean. So, from this various perspective, the Shankaracharya is saying that it is unclean, so we shouldn't get attached. It is a flow that is going through the various changes, so that's why we shouldn't get attached. And it is something which is made of various composite, and the composite always is meant to serve the purpose of something which is not a part of it, which again indicates that I am not it. This body is just for me to go through certain experiences to ultimately take me to the spiritual realization. I shouldn't be attached to it. So with this, the description of the Sthula Sharira will be just concluded. And then again in the next class, we will take the verses which deals with the Sukshma Sharira. And again, he will be negating that we are neither that. So with this, we stop our discussion today. We will continue with the study of the Vivekachudamani again in the following week. So thank you all. Namaskar.